Following slides will take you through the Grade 2 French Immersion application process and timelines. We use a lottery system to form our Grade 2 French Immersion classes. Starting January 7th, families with children born in 2019 can submit an online application. Applications received between January 7th and January 31st will be entered into the lottery. Once Phase 1 closes, WRDSB staff carefully verify all applications. We check that the information provided matches what we already have on file. This step is important. It ensures the lottery is fair and equitable for every student. After verification, we conduct the lottery itself. I'll explain the details of that process later in this presentation. Families will be notified towards the end of February and into early March if their child has been placed in French Immersion. If your child receives a spot, you'll have 2 weeks to confirm acceptance using the link sent to your email. If your child is not already enrolled at the assigned school, you'll need to complete registration or transfer paperwork. And if a family declines their spot, we will offer it to the next student on the wait list. We will continue accepting applications during Phase 2, which runs the 20th until the 20th instructional day of the school year. At that point, placements are made on a first-come, first-served basis, depending on available space. All students born in 2019 can apply. You can submit an online application, and we'll walk you through that process in the next few slides. The application link is available at www.wrdsb.ca/French. If you need support with the online form, whether that's translation, access to technology, or something else, you can reach out to your school or call planning at 519-570-0003, extension 4419. Applications for Phase 1 lottery are accepted between January 7th and January 31st, 2026. Please note Phase 1 is not first come, first serve. Anyone who applies after January 31st will be considered only after Phase 1 applicants have been placed. The first step in the application process will be to create an account. Remember to use your own personal email and not your child's email address. Go to frenchimmersion.wrdsb.ca. Select Create an Account. Under Create an Account for Grade 2 French Immersion application, provide an email address and a password. Select Register. This message will appear on your screen after you select Register. You will receive an email from no reply at wrdsb.ca. Please select the link to confirm your account. If you do not receive the confirmation email within a few minutes, you may have to check your junk mail. This message will appear on your screen after you have confirmed your account. The third step is to log in and complete an application form. Click the Apply tab. Step 4 is to enter the parent/guardian's contact details. Under the Apply tab, start by adding parent information. If more than one address is associated with the child due to custody arrangements, please enter the primary address you will use to determine school eligibility. If you are moving and will be in a new designated school boundary for September 2026, please enter that address in this section and make a note in the comments section later in the application. This is also covered under Step 6. Step 5 is to add information about the child. If the child is not currently attending a WRDSB school, please select Other, non-WRDSB school under the current school drop-down list. If they are in remote learning, select the school they attend based on your primary home address. All students registered at a WRDSB school must include an Ontario Education Number, or OEN. This number can be found on the student's report card. For twins, multiple births, or associated siblings of the same age, there will be a chance to fill out an additional application forms under the same account. Please do not create another account using a different email address. In Step 6, you'll select the schools you're applying to. The mandatory field here is your designated school. This is the school you live within the boundary for. or the one you have an approved out-of-boundary request to attend. Keep in mind, this may be different from the school your child is currently attending. Even if your designated school doesn't currently offer French immersion, you still need to select it. Decisions about expanding French immersion to other schools will be made by the end of March for the following school year. If your child is not currently attending a WRDSB school, you must select the WRDSB school you're eligible to attend based on your home address, even if it doesn't offer French immersion. If your designated school does not offer French immersion, you may choose up to 3 alternative schools that do. This is optional, but selecting alternatives can increase your chances of getting into the program. If your designated school does offer French immersion, you may select first and second alternatives. If there are more applications and spaces available, alternatives give you a better chance of placement. Students who start French immersion at an out-of-boundary school in grade 2 may transfer back to their designated school in grade 3 if French immersion is offered there. Please pay attention to the order of your choices. We will always try to place students at their designated school first. If that school is full or doesn't offer French immersion, we move you to first alternative, then your second, and so on. To maximize your chances, be mindful of limited enrollment schools. We'll explain more about this later in the presentation. If you know you're moving before September 26 and have a signed purchase, sale, or lease agreement, use the new address to determine your designated school. If your address changes after you submit your online application, notify us immediately. Changes are processed on a first-come, first-served basis, but we cannot guarantee openings at your new designated school. To help with data verification, please use the comment section to note any differences between your application and what's on file at the school. Comments about your child's ability to learn French will not affect acceptance. We welcome all learners and provide the support they need to succeed. Finally, if you're ever unsure about which schools to select, please email us at frenchprograms@wrdsb.ca. Step 8 is about verification. Make sure the information you're submitted is complete and accurate. You must confirm that you are authorized to make decisions for this child and that you agree with how the school board will share and retain the collected information. Once you've checked those boxes, select Apply to finish your application. If any mandatory fields are missing, the system will prompt you to complete them before you can submit. The final step is to confirm receipt of your application. Go to your email and check that you have received an email from noreply@wrdsb.ca. This email will contain your application receipt. Once you have completed your application form, you may log in anytime and check the application status. This can be done by navigating to the existing application tab, clicking the status button, and scrolling to find the status. You can also log in and edit your application details until January 31st. Please be advised that acceptance emails will not be sent until the end of February 2026. There are currently 49 WRDSB elementary schools in Cambridge, Kitchener, Waterloo, and the township of North Dumfries, Wilmot, and Woolwich that offer French immersion. A map showing these schools' locations is available on our website. Here, there are 11 schools designated as limited enrollment schools. Schools on this list may not accept out-of-boundary applicants. The key criteria for designating a school as limited enrollment include school overutilization and site constraints. The planning department reserves the right to maintain vacancies within a grade 2 French immersion class at limited enrollment schools after phase 1, so that spots may be held for designated school applicants during phase 2. Lottery and placement for grade 2 French immersion. When demand for grade 2 French immersion is greater than the WRDSB's capacity, we use a prioritized lottery system to determine which students are accepted into grade 2 French immersion classes. This lottery applies only to phase 1 applicants, those who apply before January 31st. Applications received in phase 2, February to September, are placed on a first-come, first-served basis depending on availability. If the number of phase 1 applicants at a school does not exceed the number of available spaces, then all the students will be offered a spot, provided there are more than 23 applicants. Placement order is as follows. Designated school students and those with an approved out-of-boundary request are placed first. Out-of-boundary students are placed second, except at limited enrollment schools. Students not placed through the lottery will go on a wait list. Waitlisted students may be offered spots if openings occur. For example, if someone declines their placement or moves out of the area. Waitlists remain open until the 20th instructional day of the school year. To increase their chances, a student may remain on up to 3 waitlists. Transportation to an out-of-boundary school for French immersion is not provided. The distance guidelines used to decide whether or not a student can ride a bus are only for students attending their designated school for the French immersion program. We hope that you found this presentation helpful. To summarize the key points, French immersion is an optional program, but you must apply. Students who do not apply for French immersion will automatically be enrolled in the core French program. If you choose to apply for the French immersion program for grade 2, parents will need their own email address to create an account and fill out an application form in our online system. We will try to accommodate as many students as possible. Your best chance at securing a spot will be to apply by January 31st and to select up to 2 alternative schools. Existing French immersion sites that meet the required enrollment of 23 students will offer the program. Transportation to an out-of-boundary school for French immersion is not provided. If you have questions that have not been answered by the information in this presentation or on our website, don't hesitate to get in touch with the Planning Department and Learning Support Services at frenchprograms@wrdsb.ca or call us at 519-570-0003, extension 4419.